Welcome to fans, alumni, the boosters, athletic administration, student athletes, and the media. To all of you, thank you for being here. It's an exciting day for Greenbay Phoenix women's basketball. It's an exciting day for the university and exciting for Northeast Wisconsin as well. We are here to formally introduce Kayla Karius as your new head women's basketball coach. As many of you know, Kayla was an outstanding player here with the Phoenix, wearing jersey number 42. She played from 2000 through 2011. 42, Bob. 3 trips to the NCAA tournament, highlighted by the trip to the Sweet 16 in her senior season. Also the 2011 Horizon League Player of the Year, and inducted into the Greenbay Athletics Hall of Fame last summer in 2023. So with that, she has been the head coach at South Dakota for the past 2 seasons. But the NFL draft is tonight, but the pick for the Greenbay Phoenix is in. So with that, I just want to make a couple of announcements. A reminder that the 2024 Four Hoops Golf Classic, benefiting Greenbay Phoenix women's basketball, that is on June 25th at Thornberry. That is the largest fundraiser for the program of the year. So please sign up if you have not already and take advantage of that. Also, another way to support the Phoenix is getting your $50 season ticket deposit to secure those seats to root on Coach Kayla in her first season, and also Coach Sonny, who I know is here as well. Your $50 season ticket deposit, get that in, and you can do that at greenbayphoenix.com. And also, if you need to, the ticket office will be open after we are done today if you want to do that as well. That being said, as far as the rundown of today, first of all, we are going to hear from Chancellor Michael Alexander. Michael has been leading this university for 4 years. You'll see him at a majority, if not all, of athletic events, cheering on the Phoenix. Sometimes I think there's 2 of you because I seem to see you everywhere. But that being said, Chancellor Alexander is a huge believer of Division I athletics and what that means for a university and this entire region. Also a record spring enrollment for UWGB as well, so congratulations. After Chancellor, we will hear from Athletic Director Josh Moon. Josh has been here less than 3 years, I believe July of 2021, but what he's done during that short period of time has been amazing as he pushes this department and a program to the next level and beyond in the Horizon League. So thank you, Josh, for all your efforts. Tremendous. And then following that, Coach K will come up and talk. I asked her if it was okay to call her that yesterday. She said that's fine. So Kayla will come up and talk after Josh will. And following that, we will have questions from the media. So that being said, welcoming back Coach Karius, along with her husband Rick, who is here, and family. Again, good morning, welcome. Chancellor Alexander.
What an incredible day to be a Phoenix. So on behalf of the entire University of Wisconsin Green Bay, we want to welcome Coach Karius back to being a Phoenix. I can tell you the first time that I heard Coach Karius speak was when she was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And at that moment, you could feel the passion she has for this university, the understanding of what's possible here, and the understanding of what it means to meet a moment. And we needed a coach right now that can meet this moment and lead us into the future. And there is no doubt in my mind that we hired the right person to do that. Her experience here in Green Bay, her love of this community, you see her family here today, the way she talks about this program and the way she sees what's possible to build on. I know we have Coach Borseth here. What an incredible legacy to follow. And we need someone who could meet that legacy and keep honoring what's happened here into the future to make sure that we keep the standard of excellence that Green Bay women's basketball has been throughout its history here at UW Green Bay. Incredibly honored to have a coach like Coach Karius, who also can honor the amazing team that we are bringing back. Obviously, all of our players here as well. We needed a coach that they deserve, and we got one. So I'm incredibly honored to be able to introduce Coach Karius. And before that, I'm incredibly honored to introduce our athletic director, Josh Moon, who I just want to build on just for a second. Sorry. I feel we've, as an athletic department, we need people who are going to inspire all of our athletic department and the entire university and the region behind what's happening at UW Green Bay. Josh is leading that charge. And it's incredible to see what's happening, the momentum we have as an institution, and the momentum we have as an athletic department. And I'm grateful for the way that Josh has, again, seen what's possible here and is going after it at a speed that I'm exceptionally proud of. So with that, I'll turn it over to Athletic Director Josh Moon.
Well, first off, Bob, would you stand up and let's show the jersey. You actually got a Kayla Tetschlag signed jersey from 2011 here. You can still see the autograph, which is pretty amazing. It's a great day to be in Titletown, and as Mike said, just what a great day to be in Phoenix country. This program is obviously a program of excellence here in this university. You know, KB mentioned this down in North Carolina when we were at the NCAA tournament, that there's only 2 programs that have 45-plus consecutive years of winning seasons, and Green Bay is one of them. I mean, let's give a round of applause for that. That's pretty awesome. And I think Kayla said it best this week when we made the announcement that this is the premier college basketball program in the state. This is the program that is everyone else kind of models himself after, and I believe this is the best mid-major basketball program in the country. So, yeah. And I think the fact that we are introducing only the 4th coach in the history of this program is everything you need to know about Phoenix basketball. I mean, that is really special and really rare. So I know Kayla appreciates that, respects that. The weight of that is powerful. So I know she's excited to embrace that. A few thank yous. Chancellor Mike, thank you for your leadership, and he's really taking the university to new heights here with 10,000 students here this fall. Record spring enrollment, and just being there for our coaches and our student athletes every day, believing in what we're doing here and how powerful a strong Division I athletics program is. The search committee, we had a bunch of rock stars in this group. I'm going to introduce them quick. I'm going to have them stand up. Pat Descher, Tim Keene, Larry Trinkler, Jeannie Stengel, and Sam Thomas. Let's give them a round of applause. Good work. Parker Search was great as always. We appreciate your help. KB, great to bounce ideas and thoughts. He had very awesome. He'd pop in my office. We'd have conversations about the search and what was going on. And it was really important that we had a coach that will lean and learn from KB, because as he said a couple weeks ago, he's not going anywhere. He's a part of this program, part of the fabric of this program. So for us, having someone who has been in here, been in this building, excel at the highest levels, and understanding the Greenbay way is so critical. Coach Sundance, there he is. So he spent some time with Kayla this week. Scott Vency broke the news there on maybe a secret meeting that happened somewhere, I guess, but we appreciate Sonny, and it's so critical for these two head coaches to be in lockstep for elevating both programs. So we have that here. I'm really, really excited about what we have in both men's and women's basketball. And then last but not least, the team. So we appreciate your leadership and patience the last couple of weeks. This is a special group here. Just to remind everybody, the 2024 Horizon League champions coming off a 27-win season. So, yeah. So we had an awesome pool, but there was only one who checked every single box and then some, and that's Kayla. Kayla, Tim kind of stole a little bit of my thunder here, but Kayla led the Phoenix as a player to its highest point in 2011, which was a Sweet 16, the Horizon League Player of the Year, and was inducted in the Hall of Fame last summer, and this summer will induct the 2011 team into the Hall of Fame as well. She's had great experience as a coach at multiple Division I programs, including the last 2 years as the head coach at the University of South Dakota. I think the bottom line with Kayla, she's a winner. She wins at everything she does. And she will bring so much positivity and energy to this program, and I believe she will help us reach new heights. So let's bring Coach up here. So please help me welcome the pride of Sheboygan, the 4th women's basketball coach in Green Bay history, Kayla Karius.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. This is a very, very special day, as you all know, for myself, for my family, for the entire Green Bay program, and for the Green Bay community. As the program changes hands today, I am honored and elated to be just the 4th head coach in Phoenix women's basketball history. Thank you to Chancellor Alexander for your belief in me. Thank you to Josh Moon for your leadership, for your guidance, Parker Search Firm, and the search committee, as Josh just pointed out, for this incredible opportunity. Thank you for the time that you spent with me and for your mentorship and for your leadership. I will look to you down the road as well. Thank you to everyone first at USD, including President Sheila Gestring, Athletics Director there, John Schemmel, and former Athletics Director David Herbster, who fulfilled a dream of mine and gave me my first opportunity to be a Division I head coach. Thank you to our USD players, a special family to our family, the Quails, and to our USD coaching staff, currently Mike, Gabby, Taylor, Liz, and Shay. You've all impacted my life more than you'll ever know. Thank you to my amazing family sitting right here today. My husband, Rick, who I definitely couldn't live this crazy coaching life without. I'm so thankful to have someone who gets it. Thank you for being the rock of our family, for staying at home with our kids, and for being my biggest supporter. To our kids, Trayton, who's here, our 4-year-old, Macklin, who is our sweet angel in heaven, and Wynn, who is here as our 7-week-old little girl. Everything that I do is for you 3, and I love you all. Thank you to our parents, to my mom and dad. Many Phoenix fans will recognize Janet and Dave, who made the trip from Sheboygan for just about every home game, and then traveled to many road games as well. Thank you for your support, and I know we're gonna dig out some old Phoenix gear that we have stored away somewhere in the house. My in-laws, Dan and Margaret, thank you so much for your love and support. We're no doubt happier that all these people are gonna be very happy we're closer to home. And we appreciate everything along the way. We truly couldn't make this transition from South Dakota to Green Bay without you guys. So thank you, and we love you. I'm a firm believer that we can't move forward without first looking back at this incredible program. So I'd like to give each of these coaches, as we talk about them, a round of applause for everything that they are to this program. And we will start with the one and only Carol Hammerly. To Carol, thank you for laying the foundation of our program. You started the program, and you were here back in 1973 and won over 400 games over the next 25 years. No doubt in my mind. It's no wonder you're a Hall of Famer, and you are the base for this entire program first began. And then to Kevin Borseth. I believe Carol's words to you were, "Take care of my baby," when you took over. Thank you to him for personally recruiting me as a scrawny high school kid with braces and no outside shot, and believing in me as a player that I would develop that. Overall, thank you for having a vision of what this place could look like, and then bringing it to life with over 800 career wins. Incredible. Then to Matt Ballant. Thank you for coaching me. Thank you for teaching me so much. And thank you for taking this program over and taking it to levels it had never been before. We received an at-large bid in 2010, and then, of course, culminating with the Sweet 16 in 2011. You are an incredible person, and I'm so thankful to have learned from you. And then to Kevin Borseth again. Thank you for achieving success at such a high level when you came back year after year. And more than anything, you do it with such class and such integrity. So much class, in fact, that when I called him to tell him I accepted the job, he answered the phone and said, "Hang on a minute, I'm taking a selfie outside of a bar." It's a true story. This process all started a few weeks ago when Coach Borseth announced his retirement. I had that feeling in my belly. The fire for the Phoenix was still there. And when Josh first called me, asking about my interest, I had a lot of questions about the program. And along the way, I was incredibly impressed with how Greenbay women's basketball operates. This is, as you said, the premier women's basketball program in the state. It's a destination where only 3 head coaches before me have resided, and it is set up for success with charter flights, destination tournaments to play Power 5 competition annually, and a beautiful, beautiful facility with a very passionate fan base. Am I right? Yeah. Plus, this is a program who only knows winning. Greenbay and Tennessee are the only 2 programs to both have a winning record every year since the NCAA tournament began. Incredible. This was an opportunity I was not going to pass up. So how do you replace a legend? Well, you don't. You move forward with the same program with a similar identity, but of course a different leader and a different voice. To our current team, who I had the pleasure of getting in the gym with for the very first time yesterday, I'm already very impressed by you. And as an alum, I'm very proud already of everything that you've accomplished. This group, and it's the end of April, remember, was so competitive yesterday. They were communicating at a really high level and challenging each other when they weren't, and really communicating with each other. The workout ended, and they spoke to each other in the circle. What went right? What went wrong? How we need to grow. It's the end of April, remember? Our season's pretty far off, and this is the leadership that we have. I am already impressed by the ownership that they have in this program. We will continue to be all the things that Greenbay is about. We'll have toughness, grittiness, we'll play hard-nosed defense, fundamental team basketball with a killer instinct and a will to win every single day. As we talked about yesterday, we will do everything with great purpose. We will cut on purpose, screen on purpose, pass on purpose, and then we will attack our academics with great purpose. We will be great ambassadors for the university out in the community and know that there are hundreds and hundreds of little girls, probably thousands, out there who are looking to you and viewing you as role models. To all of our women's basketball alumni, a few of which are here today, and many watching at home, it is so fitting for today's press conference to be located right here on Carroll's Court, where we made a million memories throughout our careers. And whether it was the Crest Center or the Phoenix Sports Center, we all had those memories, from tough practices to pickup games to big victories and tough losses. We went through it all together. And yet it was always about who came along for the ride with us. For the fans who became family, we played our hearts out for you, and our fans will always be a huge part of who we are. Let's give them a round of applause. So, what is the Greenbay way to me? To me, it is a standard. To me, it is coming to camp as a little girl, and as many sitting right here in front of me did as well, and dreaming of being the next fill in the blank. It's wanting to handle the ball like Natalie Berglund and play with relentless energy like Sarah Boyer, and score it like Jeannie Barta, and dominate like Sherry Norgard, and rebound like Julie Wida, and be a post presence like Chandra Johnson, be a great leader like Celeste Haywish, a great teammate like Hannah Quilling, and I could go on and on and on. So many more alums to be proud of. The Green Bay Way is pushing your teammates to be the best that they're capable of being. The Green Bay Way is 20 consecutive conference championships. It is those goosebumps you get during big games. It's Tim on the PA shouting, "Adrian Ritchie, corner pocket 3!" He did that a lot. It's hanging banners, and it is expecting to win. The Green Bay Way is knowing that pressure is a privilege, something we will be leaning into this year. It is embracing that pressure. It is carrying on tradition by not only making the NCAA tournament your goal, but to make noise in the NCAA tournament. That is our goal. And now, Chancellor Alexander, I think it's time to meet the moment. To our current team, we have a great tradition to carry forward, and I am so honored to lead the way. Thank you all for coming today.
Your head coach of the Green Bay Phoenix, Kayla Karius. At this time, we will open it up for questions from the media for Coach, as well as Chancellor and Josh as well. Just a reminder to anybody here and the media as well, if you'd like to stick around after questions, we'll be taking pictures with a commemorative jersey, that being jersey number 4, being the 4th coach in this storied women's basketball program. So that being said, we will pass the mic on over to the table. And again, we thank you all for coming here today. Your support is unbelievable. And go Phoenix.
Thanks for the question. I absolutely love the fact that we have had such longevity in this program. I think that's something that's made it very stable and very successful. And this is a job that has always been in the back of my mind. Truly, as a junior, when I was currently playing, I had the idea already that I would love to be a college coach someday. And this job has always been in the back of our minds as a family. Certainly with our family and our village being close by, we have the support system that we need. And yet, on top of it, as I said, this program being one that's set up so well for success and ready to reach new heights, this is a place we want to be for a very, very long time.
When you started off on your coaching journey, did you once think, maybe I'd come here and could be the coach of the Phoenix? That had ever entered your mind, whether it was 2 weeks ago or 5 years ago?
Well, we hoped so. We really hoped so. You know, there were a lot of times where there were shifts in the staffing, and my career certainly has shifted and taken a lot of different jumps and turns, as college coaches usually do, the willingness to move all over the country to chase a dream. But we were always very hopeful that this was a place. You know, certainly there's nothing like driving on campus here, seeing how beautiful it is, seeing the trees in the bay, and then you see the crest just pop up out of nowhere, and it gives you all the feelings again. In fact, I had a little game day feelings when I was walking down here today, little butterflies, and I think that's what this place does to you. So I think we were certainly hopeful this entire time, and so thankful that it has become a reality.
Coach, a lot of times when big coaching changes, you're coming to rebuild the program. Obviously here, there's no rebuilding. How big of a draw was that when you see this team sitting in front of you to come here and continue the tradition?
I believe it was Bruce Van Den Plas who would always say, this team doesn't rebuild, they reload. Am I right, Bruce? That's what he would always say. And I think this team is no different. You know, they certainly have veteran players and such strong leadership. And this is a group, as I said yesterday, we got to get on the floor with them. They know where each other is cutting without even looking sometimes. And I think that is something that's so valuable when you get out on the floor together. So you're right, this is a different situation. We're really veteran heavy, and that's extremely valuable. And we've got to teach the younger ones to come along and then add some young pieces as well to keep this thing going. Thank you.
Can you describe the emotions and then what went through your decision process to take this job?
Yeah, I think when I saw his name pop up on my phone, I already had the butterflies and the anxious, excited feeling. I think this place just means so much to me. It means so much to so many people, especially our women's basketball alumni. And I think anytime that the program comes up or you hear something changing and there's an opportunity there, you can't help but get butterflies and excited. So that's definitely how I felt when he called.
How tough was it to leave South Dakota?
It's really difficult to leave South Dakota. You know, that's a place that I believe is on the right track, is supporting women's basketball, has had a ton of success there. You know, when you're there, you want to invest in your players 100%, both feet in, and I feel like we did that over the last 2 years. So saying goodbye, that you're moving on, it was one of the toughest things I've ever had to do. That's such a great group of people, not just the team and my staff, but the administration there. So I can't thank them for everything that they did for my career.
What's the ceiling with this program? You've been to the Sweet 16s. What do you think the ceiling is?
That's a great question. I don't think you put a ceiling on it. I think, when our group came in, I think there was a lot of excitement, and you just didn't really know what that could look like. And we continue to raise the bar with that at-large bid, and then you continue to go on and win a second-round game against Michigan State, get to the Sweet 16. And I don't think anyone there decided that was going to be the ending point for this program. So I'm excited to see that this is a place that competes without ceilings every day.
Kayla, you kind of talked a little bit about this, but you were here when right before when Kevin left.
Yep.
Came back.
Right.
You were here, Matt eventually leaves, and there might have been a chance he would have wanted to come back eventually. Mm-hmm. Some people have used this as a stepping stone job, but have you seen the fact that so many people want to come back that this doesn't have to be a stepping stone, it can be the job?
This is definitely not a stepping stone job. You can tell that, right, with the longevity that these coaches have been here. I think what was interesting is the feeling that I felt as a high school senior when Coach Forsyth called me and said that he was moving on. It was how I started with my talk with the players. I looked at them and said, I literally know exactly how you feel. You expected this to look one way. You expected to come in here and to play for Coach Forsyth, and that's not going to be the case. I felt the exact same way, and yet you're here for a reason. You're here for the program. It's program over everything. You trust the success that this place has had. I'm glad that I continued that with my decision with Coach Blount taking over, and we reached new heights with it.
Did you think 5-6 years ago, or even as you started your coaching career, was this the ultimate dream and the plan to somehow, when KB decides I want to go fishing for my living, to actually come back? Was that always what you and Rick had thought?
Yeah, this was a job that my husband and I had always kept in the back of our minds, and I think as you get married and you start a family, and that becomes a harder thing to be so far from home, and you want your village nearby you. Family is just something that we value so much, and that not being the only reason, but certainly being a big part of it. And then, like I said, learning more about the job and what this all entails, what this program has right behind it with all the support, then it becomes a no-brainer.
Has this sunk in for you yet, with everything going on the last couple days, flying out here and everything?
I think it's maybe just starting to. I think seeing my old jersey out in the crowd today was one indicator that I'm back. Seeing some old teammates here in the crowd, I think it's starting to sink in. I think that you're in a bit of a whirlwind with the transition, but to step back and stop and appreciate the people that are around here and how excited I am and our family is to be home.
A lot of times when you take a new job, it's new. How comforting is it to come to a place like this where you know what this place is all about?
Yeah, it's very different, I think, with this transition. You're on the different side of it. I left here as a player, and you certainly see one side of it at that point. Now you're on the coaching side, and there's different decisions that have to be made that you weren't making before. And at the same time, I think so many of the familiar faces are here, and that the fan base that's here, and like I said, truly, the fans become family here. They've stayed in touch with us and with our family, supporting us over the last 13 years since I've left. And then what's cool on top of it is just to have the success of the program remain the same, and the chance to go even higher in the future.
How do you feel the changing landscape of college basketball with the NIL and the transfer portal is going to impact a mid-major like Green Bay?
Well, you know, on women's basketball side, at the mid-major level, it's definitely already impacting us. So I think it's naive to think that won't hit us or that is going to bypass at this level. It's really starting to. So I think I'm really excited about Josh and Chancellor Alexander's mission and their vision to get our collective going here. I know we certainly have the fan support. I think it's important that we continue to recruit players that are local first and work our way out. And we want players that want to be here for all the right reasons. At the same time, you can't be naive about the landscape that's changing and know that is going to become more and more of a factor. So I think it's important we lean into it. It's not going to go away. I don't think avoiding it's the right way to go about it, and we've got to find a way to mix the two of them together.
At the same vein, how do you feel about the growth of women's basketball, especially coming off the WNBA
Yeah.
draft and March Madness?
Thank you for asking. I think women's basketball is on fire right now. You can call that the Caitlin Clark effect, but I think this has been trending upwards here for the last 5 to 10 years. And now, within the last few years, you've really seen it take off with sold-out arenas and jersey sales, and the WNBA is pumping up and moving to different arenas just to be able to hold all the fans. I think we are in a really good spot. And at the same time, it's what I told Josh Moon and Chancellor Alexander's, their commitment to women's basketball here, it shows in what they're doing right now, what they're doing with our staff, and trying to put their best foot forward for all of us and get this program in the right spot. So I think it's trending upwards nationally, and then it's so amazing to see locally how this institution and the leadership has put that commitment behind it.
Kayla, have you gotten a sense in the last couple of days that most of the players from last year are planning to return, or is that still a fluid situation?
I have gotten the sense that all of them are planning to return at this point.
Okay. And in terms of your assistant staff, where does that sit, and
Yep.
what's the timetable for that?
Yeah, we're still assembling the pieces of our staff. I would say it's starting to come together a little bit more. I can't say at this point exactly names as we go through paperwork and things, but I think Phoenix fans will be really, really excited about the people and the names that we're going to be bringing on staff. I think that piece of it is is one of the most important pieces, that they have the local ties, and certainly that the fan base and the local recruits can appreciate them and know them. So I think it'll be a combination of what we've seen lately, and I'm excited to see that get assembled. I would say within the next couple of weeks we should be all set.
And you can't comment on this per se, but in terms of recruiting, you've had some people who've committed now in the
Right.
last couple. How much have you played a part in the Green Bay side of the recruiting since you got hired?
Well, recruiting, it's always the two main focuses. You have a lot of hats as a head coach, and yet your two main focuses are your current team and then the future of the team, which is the recruiting. And as soon as I accepted the job, it was hit the ground running with both communicating with our current team and then on the recruiting side of it. So we've jumped on that right away. I've been recruiting the state of Wisconsin since I got into coaching because I've stayed in the Midwest, and so I had a lot of contacts already, and really excited, like I said, to be able to start locally. I think this program has just been incredible with the local talent. Girls basketball in the state of Wisconsin is at another level, and we need to continue to keep those players here right at home and then work our way out from there. But I'm excited about the opportunity, the couple of commits that we have. As you said, I can't comment on them, but I think the future of the program is already really bright and trending in the right direction.
Thank you very much.
Cassie, what's just the impression of Kayla so far?
Awesome. She seems like a great leader, a great coach. I've heard awesome things about her. She obviously led the team to the Sweet 16, so she's determined, and yeah, I think she's going to be a great coach here and help us get to new levels.
When coach retires, KB retires, you're like, oh boy, who's going to replace him? And I guess, how comforting is it that you get someone like Kayla who knows the programs, played for the program, knows what's expected?
Super comforting to have an alumni come back in and be our coach, especially after, we've had Kevin around for so long. So just really excited to get to know her and have my last year with a really good coach and player as well.
Cassie, you've talked about watching this program since you were a kid, watching the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
How special is it that you watched her play and now she's your head coach?
Super special. I remember watching her play when I was probably like 10, 11 years old, and like hearing her talk about how she went to camps and came to games and dreamed to come here. It's like, I feel like I'm her. So maybe I'll be a coach one day too. But yeah, super special, and I can't wait to be coached by her.
Obviously a very sad day on this court a couple weeks ago, and now an exciting day. How are you just processing kind of a whirlwind of emotions right now?
I know. It has been a little bit of a journey. I mean, it happened kind of fast, but having Coach still be around definitely helps. But I mean, it's going to be great. Kayla's going to be great for this program and take us to new levels. And maybe even having Kevin around still will be really comforting as well. Because I mean, we love him. He's right there smiling, and it just makes me happy.
What do you guys need to do? Obviously, she's making a big transition. How can you guys make it easier on her jumping into this gig?
I think that we have a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of leadership, so I think we'll just communicate a lot with her and she's just going to add to things. I mean, she ran motion offense here. She probably still has a lot of the plays that we run now, but I think we'll just be able to work together really well and just have our leadership work with her and just get better.
In that circle, that huddle after the first practice that you guys had, she was talking through, what was kind of the message for the team? Was Kayla more listening in, or was she kind of speaking out, being the leader? Was it team-led?
It was actually both. So Kayla talked a little bit after our pickup game, and then we were like, we usually talk after pickup as a team too, so she just sat there and listened to us, and that's where she got that. We're also very player-led. After our pickup games, we get together by teams that day. It's usually a white and a black team, and we just go through what went well, what didn't go well, and how we can be better for the next pickup game. But then she also made comments on what she saw and things like that. So yeah, it was her stepping in and then us as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Maddy, what's the impression of Coach K so far?
I think we all really like her. She, means business, but I think she's all going to make us better humans on and off the court.
I just asked Cassie about the sadness on this court a couple weeks ago to the high now of a new coach. How are you emotionally processing all of this?
Yeah, I think it's a lot, obviously. It's a lot of emotions have been felt through the last couple of weeks. Obviously, Coach Borseth leaving, it was really hard and, had to process that. And now with Coach Kayla coming in, it's really exciting and really fun. And just having to process it all is a lot, but it's also a really good thing, and it's going to be a really good thing for our program and a good thing for all of us.
When Kevin announces he's retiring, there's an unknown. Like, well, who are we going to get? How comforting is it to get someone like Kayla who knows the program inside and out, and you probably can just keep going from what you've been doing?
Yeah, when Coach retired, that was a really big unknown, and I think that made us all have a lot of emotions come out. But having Kayla come in is a great thing because she's been here, she knows the Greenbay way, and she's just going to be a great leader here and great leader for us in our program.
Did you watch her growing up?
Not really, no. I watched a little bit younger, more towards my age, but I know what she's done here, and I can't wait for her to be our coach.
How badly do you guys want to be the team that goes to the Sweet 16, just like she did?
Yeah, I think this team, since we've been there, we just were there in March, and I think we want to be back and make some noise like she mentioned, and she was there and knows that feeling, and I know she wants to push us to get there and have that feeling too.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks,